Okay, here we go. Chris Froome. Chris Froome's diet. Look at this. All Chris Froome has for breakfast is an egg and a half. That's 1.5, not 2, but 1.5 eggs, and what looks like to be 3/4 of, not a full avocado, but 3/4 of a medium-sized avocado. So maybe we're talking 200 calories there, and that's all you need for breakfast. Not even any carbs. It's not all about carb loading, and Chris Froome shows us that. So that's what you do. You often notice that Chris Froome in his jersey pocket, he's eating eggs from extreme power. He doesn't have gels. Chris Froome doesn't do carbohydrate. In his book, he says one day he had a small portion of porridge, but nothing else, just a little bit. Not too much porridge, because we know, looking at my face, we know, everyone knows me. If you watch my videos, I'm the high carb guy. Rice, fruit, sugar. And you can tell by my face how obese that has made me. And so we know that carbs do make you fat, just like me. And you know that I do train more than Chris Froome. That's the only reason I can get away with eating so much carbohydrate, because I actually can push double the power that Chris Froome can produce, and I can do it longer. Double the power, double the duration. I do maybe 2,000 to 3,000 Ks a week, and I race the Tour de France maybe 7 times a year. I do my own little version of Tour de France on Zwift. And anyway, so we know that you don't need to have carbs, and it's still, you still have that fat person in the bunch who's sitting at the coffee shop, eating croissants, still battling the bulge, still believing that carbs make you fat. And this video is for that person out there. This video is for that person who believes that grinding is going to give you performance, that the body actually doesn't run on muscle glycogen, that the body performs better the less carbs you eat. So all you have to do is get a power meter on your bike and go and ride at 500 watts. I'm assuming you're over 70 kilos. So we're going to go for 7 watts per kilo, because that's what these guys are doing to win the Tour de France. If you can't do 7 watts per kilo, whenever you need to go at 7 watts per kilo, then someone else is going to do that, and you're going to get dropped. At least 6.5 watts per kilo, right? And the cadence, look at that. Look at Cadel Evans look at Froome just gapping. Look at that gap. that gap. Chris Froome is also sponsored by Gap clothing, because he put Gap into the competition. Look at that pace. It's like a brick in the face. Look at that gap. Just gapping Cadel Evans like that. At the end of the stage, in the saddle, spinning like a motherfucking washing machine. That pace like a brick in the face. Like some mace to win the race. Wow. Arms up, still smiling. Cadel's like, who the fuck is this guy? A year ago, he didn't have a contract. Anyway, I'm a fan of the Chris Froome, as much as I talk a bit of banter there, because it just proves the high carb cadencing. And I've ridden with Chris Froome a few times. Now we'll get to the serious part of the video, right? Enough trolling, 200 calorie breakfast aside. That's Chris Froome trolling, by the way. And let's get to the serious. Let's get to human physiology right now. I've ridden with Chris a few times. He knows who I am. He watches my content. And whenever I see him eat, it's been gels, it's been bananas or little rice cakes. I've never seen Chris Froome pull out an egg out of his pocket, or squash down an avocado, or stop inside the road and eat a dead piece of kangaroo. I've never seen that. I never seen that. So what people put up on Instagram versus what they do when they need to perform can be two different things. So if you do remember in the 2013 tour, when Chris Froome was getting dropped, he was running out of glycogen, he was getting glucose exhausted, he got Richie Port, the super domestic, to go back to the team car and get, what did he get? Got some gels, got some instant refined sugars to boost up that muscle glycogen. Sugar is what fuels the workout. So if you're overweight and you're trying to lose weight and stay mentally sane and stay lean for life, losing the fat and not having it come back because you did some crash yo-yo diet, anyone can do that. Anyone can starve themselves on phentermine or whatever, but it's going to come back on you. Look at all the pros who get fat after they retire. And look at the pros who stay lean. There's dietary choices right there. And look how lean I am compared to all the guys who race pro at my age. How many 40-year-old guys who ex-pro are as lean as fast as me? Not many. So, and that's just dietary choices. That's high-carb vegan is what I teach to lose the fat and to keep it off and to stay sane, because you have to starve yourself. I just had a tub of ice cream before, vegan, low-fat ice cream, this stuff here, and I had some cereal, some special case cereal with sugar in it, a bit of soy milk in there, and I'll have some more bowls, and maybe I'll have some toast jam later on, or toast and Vegemite. I don't have to starve myself to stay lean. I keep my fat intake low. Because I'm pretty sedentary during the week. I'll spend a lot of time on the computer. As people who spend time with me know, I'll spend more time on my computer than my bike. And look at this cadence. Remember that stage? What was that, 2015? Look at that cadence, man. Even a low seat height. Look at this cadence. Look at the cadence. So what we can learn from Chris Froome, and some of you out there, I don't like durianrider. He's too, doesn't matter if you like me. If you want to lose the fat, my fucking advice works. So shut up and listen. Simple as that. Because you don't have to love me or hate me. But what you do is you have to take action if you want the results I can get people or get for myself. So if you want those results, then just to take action on it. You don't have to like me. You don't have to love me. You can hate me, whatever. But you're going to have more fun if you're taking action on it. So anyway, so we got this cadence. What does cadence do? It produces less fatigue metabolites. What does a low-fat diet do? A vegan diet produces less fatigue metabolites. It's less metabolic waste because you're not having the uric acid and all the cholesterol and all the stuff in the animal products that your kidney and liver has to produce. And your kidney, they produce EPO, erythropoietin. It boosts red blood cell release from the bone marrow, right? And it's all about red blood cells. None of these guys and girls out there who are swimming or running, cycling fast, have low red blood cell count. They all have their red blood cell count enhanced naturally or pharmaceutically. You know, there's many ways to do that. With diet, keeping low fat helps a lot because you have less fat grouping up your red blood cells, so your oxygen transfer, uptake, and delivery will be enhanced. Just ask Dr. Ferrari. There's no point doing EPO if you're going to add olive oil to your food. It's like reverse blood doping, all right? So low fat is where it's at. Anyone can prove that. Just eat a low-fat diet for a week, just a couple of days, and watch your insulin sensitivity go up, and watch your legs just feel a lot better. I didn't eat enough carbohydrates the last couple of days. I was a bit like, unorganized. And today I really suffered in a running race. It's only a 5K race. Normally I run sub 17. Today I ran a 17:37, which is, for me, a slow time. And my blood cell count's great. I had checked on Monday. Hemoglobin's really high, but I didn't have enough carbs the last few days. I was a bit, stuff's been going on, so I just been organized. It's very, 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 very hard to eat enough carbohydrates per day. It's very difficult. It's like drinking enough water per day. It's a daily discipline. People are like, I eat donuts and chocolate, easy. No, that's not carbs. That's fatty foods. 50% calories from fat, that's not high carb. That's high fat. Anything over 10% calories from fat is high fat food in my book. In terms of if we want to lose the fat, it has to be under 10%. If you want under 10% body fat, then eat foods that are under 10% total fat. Simple as that. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. And you get performance gains. So anyway, Chris Froome, carbs will fuck up. And people can disagree, but go out and do 500 watts. Or go and do your best watts for hour after hour after hour on low carb. You fucking can't. Nobody can. That's a fact. And you don't have to agree with me, but you're still going to be wrong. Carb the fuck up, spin to win. And Chris Froome, he's going to win that Tour de France again this year. Mark my words on it.
Carbs, carb the fuck up, motherfuckers. Carb the fuck up. Corn, rice, potatoes, yams, bananas, mangoes, dates, plantain, melons, blueberries, blackberries, mulberries. Get them motherfucking carbohydrates in. Go vegan, motherfuckers. Carb the fuck up, the fuck up, the fuck up.